Hello everyone, welcome to e-learning zone. This is part 2 of the poem The Tale of Custard the Dragon. We are going to start with stanza 5. Belinda tickled him, she tickled him unmerciful. Ink, blink and mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the really truly cowardly dragon. So now Belinda would tickle him, unmerciful meaning very cruelly. She would tickle him all the time. And Ink and Blink and Mustard would laugh at Custard while they were sitting in the red wagon. They would sarcastically compare him to Percival, who was a knight of King Arthur's court, when he wanted to be in the safe cage. Now stanza 6. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink and said, "Dreck, which is giggling for a mouse." Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. So Belinda would laugh loudly and her giggle would echo throughout the house. Blink the mouse would also laugh, making the peculiar sound. Ink and Mustard would keep teasing him. They would keep asking the dragon his age whenever he would look for a safe cage for himself. Now stanza 7. Suddenly, they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. "Mew," cried Ink, and "Oh," cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. So while they were all making fun of Custard, all of a sudden they heard a very unpleasant, a very unfamiliar sort of a sound in the house. Mustard the dog growled, Ink the cat, the kitten, the Ink the kitten mewed, and Belinda cried, "Oh," when they saw the pirate climbing up the window. Stanza 8. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, his leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. Now this pirate who was there in the window looked very dangerous, and he was carrying weapons with him. The pistols were in his both the hands. He had a pistol, in both of his left and the right hand. And in between his teeth, he held a sharp blade. He had a black beard and one of his legs was wooden. It was clear from his looks that his intentions were not good. He was in the house to harm the people who were living there. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. That means that he was there definitely with very wrong intentions. Now the ninth stanza. Belinda paled and she cried, "Help, help!" But Mustard fled with a terrible yelp. Ink tickled down to the bottom of the household, and little mouse Blink strategically mouseholed. So when Belinda saw this pirate, she was very scared and she turned yellow due to the fear. She cried for help. Her pets started running away. Mustard cried and ran away. Ink went down in the bottom of the house. He slowly crept down into the bottom of the house, and the mouse very smartly went into the mouse hole to hide himself from the pirate. So all the pets that were there and all her brave pets, what they did, they all went away from the scene. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in the dungeon. With a clatter and a clank and a jingling scream, he went at the pirate like a robin at a wall. So this is stanza 10. So now suddenly the most unexpected thing happened. When all the pets, the so-called brave pets of the house, disappeared, that is, hid themselves into a safer place, the dragon, who was considered a very coward, he came to the rescue and he jumped in front of the pirate and he made a strange sound from his nose as if there was an engine, and he was very angry that time. He started moving his tail, making a clattering sound like that of an iron hitting the walls. From one side to the another, as if his tail was hitting the metal walls. He then attacked the pirate just as the bird, the bird here is Robin, So he attacked the pirate as the bird robin would attack the worms when it was out to eat them. And now let us see the rhyming scheme of the poem. The rhyming scheme of all the above stanzas come to AABB. The poetic devices that are used in the poem, we'll start with stanza 5. It is repetition. Tickled him. Stanza 5 is being repeated again and again. Then second poetic device in stanza 5 is allusion, where there is a reference to a person, Percival. Stanza sing. The poetic device used here is onomatopoeia. What is onomatopoeia? That is the usage of the words to create a dramatic effect. Words like giggled and wick. All these words are producing a sound. So this is onomatopoeia that is being used in stanza 6. In stanza 7 also we are using onomatopoeia, growled, cried. Then it is the second poetic device used here is poetic license, window. So it is used the word window. It is used for window, and to create a rhyming effect, the poet has changed and used window there. In stanza 8, it is alliteration. Second poetic device used is imagery. An image of the pirate is created in this. In stanza 9, repetition. The word help, help is being repeated again. Again, poetic license is used here, mouse hold. What happens in poetic license is the writer gets the liberty to change the rules of the language to create an effect. And so here mousehold is, in mousehold he is using a poetic license so that it can rhyme with the word household. In stanza 10, it is simile, onomatopoeia and imagery that is used. The dragon's attack is very well explained here. So with stanza 10 we come to an end of part 2 of the tale of Custard the dragon. Hope you have understood the poem well. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask in the comment section. Happy learning. Bye-bye.